Hi there. Let's talk about one of the biggest dilemmas which young professionals out there face most at times. I'm talking about those kind of people who have begun just working and they have started earning some amount of money. To give you an example, maybe someone has saved their first 1 million Kenya shillings and then they're discussing or thinking, should they get a car first, or even so, should they get land first? The biggest dilemma, buy land or buy a car first? Let's talk about that in this video. You are all much welcomed to the Money Daily YouTube channel. My name is Afagza Sifuna. And by the way, if you are new to this channel and you like content around personal finance, investing, seeing different projects out there, kindly consider subscribing to this channel. Subscribe because each and every day I'm out there bringing you awesome videos around personal finance, investing, and also showing you different places. Thank you for subscribing to this channel. Having said that, guys, we are living in a crazy financial economy situation because the economy out there has really gotten more and more strenuous. And of course, we are all feeling the pinch. For example, the cost of life has increased tremendously. People out there in Kenya are struggling to even get a meal on their table. That is how insane the crazy times we are living in. And even so, even some of the products we are talking about, for example, land, for example, vehicles, have also been offset greatly by these kind of scenarios. And by the way, just yesterday night, I was reading an article in a newspaper with regards to even the demand for luxury vehicles in Kenya having dipped greatly. To give you an example, the demand for luxury vehicles in the first half of this year, from January to June of this year, dropped by about 38%. People out there are demanding less of products like, for example, Mercedes-Benz, BMW, products like, for example, Land Cruiser, and so forth. All these have dipped greatly because of strenuous financial conditions. And with that, you could be out there, for example, you have 1 million, 2 million Kenya shillings, the first millions you are holding. Which of these two products would you rather go for? Buy a car or buy land? Kindly comment down below which of these two will you go for. I'd really like to respond to that question by actually saying, first of all, it depends with your needs. Of course, each and everyone's needs out there vary greatly. It actually depends on your needs first and foremost. For example, is your home accessible? Is your place of work accessible? Right? If, for example, it isn't accessible, maybe a car could be the viable option. And even so, if it is very much accessible, you can access it easily, for example, through a public means transport, okay? Maybe you purchasing land could be the viable option because that is an investment as opposed to a car for personal use being an expense. And also, in the same breath, what is its intended use? For example, if you are purchasing a car for you to use for your personal use and also maybe to use it as public means transport vehicle, or even so, you are purchasing a car solely for it to be a PSV, maybe that could be a good investment because it's gonna be bringing you in money. So it actually also depends on your intended use. What do you intend to use that particular purpose for, that particular purchase for, okay? And then secondly, it depends on your financial situation. For example, what amount of money do you have at hand? And even so, can you buy both of these things, or even so, you can only buy one of them? If you can buy one of them, are you intending to prioritize lifestyle over investment, or even so, do you want to prioritize investment over lifestyle? If you want to prioritize investing, I would personally go with buying the strategic piece of land because it's going to appreciate over time, as opposed to buying a car which, as soon as it is out of a showroom or a car yard, it begins automatically to depreciate in value. So it also depends on your financial situation, and even so, what exactly are you going for with regards to future investing propensity. And then thirdly, also it depends with your financial goal. In other words, are you planning to maybe build your own house in the near future? Okay? Are you maybe planning to start traveling a lot in the near future? Okay? These are some of the things which can actually also inform you whether to go with buying a car first, or even so buying land first. For example, in case you are planning to start traveling a lot in the near future, maybe you want to visit different towns out there to see how the different towns are out there. Maybe you even want to start touring a lot. Maybe buying a car could be the ideal option for you. Okay? Maybe you plan to maybe build your own house in the near future. Maybe you purchasing a good piece of land which is very accessible, close to where you stay, could be a better option. And I'm saying so because when it comes to also construction of houses, the land value is actually what drives the prices of houses out there high and high. So depending on your financial goal, you could go with either buying a car or even so buying a piece of land. And beyond all this, let's also look at item-specific details around cars and also land. When it comes to cars, also understand that there is a maintenance cost which you're going to be incurring regularly. For example, your car is going to require for you to be purchasing annual insurance for it. And ideally, you need to be purchasing comprehensive insurance as opposed to third-party insurance if you truly are at a place whereby you don't have much amount of money. And secondly, also your car is going to be requiring regular maintenance. Think about you taking it to the car wash regularly. Think about you incurring some repair costs here and there regularly, servicing the car and so forth. That tells you buying a car is not a one-off thing. It is a long-term commitment because you're going to be taking care of that car. So if you purchase a car, be sure you can also afford to take care of it because it isn't a one-off purchase and you are done for good. Land could be a one-off purchase and then you're going to just be paying periodic taxes or even so incurring capital gain tax when transferring. And then secondly, look at appreciation versus depreciation value of it. When you purchase land, it begins appreciating because of comparative pricing and so forth dynamics. Whereas when you purchase a car, it begins depreciating immediately. So understand those dynamics too before you buy land or even so buy a car first. In case, for example, I had this amount of money which could either purchase either of these items, personally, I'd go with purchasing land first. More so in case areas I live in, my workplace is accessible through a public means way of transport. I'd purchase land first and then a car could come later on. What will you purchase first? Having understood the items I've talked about and even so in your own current situation, which of these two items do you prioritize first? Cheers guys, I look forward to share with you other awesome videos next time. Bye bye and you all stay safe.